Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for the road to my 634th and 635th Platinum Trophies. Today's games are the PS4 and PS5 versions of A Plague Tale Innocence. So right now I'm just knocking out the last trophy, which required me to find a collectible that I did not actually mean to miss on my original playthrough, but I did, so I decided it'd be best just to save it for last. So this is the PS4 version of the game, and we'll be doing the PS5 version because it's an auto pop shortly after. So let me go ahead and quit out and save. Alright, so let me go ahead and get into the trophy list. So this is a pretty easy platinum trophy, and it doesn't take that long either, and it's a pretty solid game overall. I definitely found this one to be pretty enjoyable, and along with that, it's about a 3 out of 10 in difficulty. Takes around, I would say, 12 to 15-ish hours to get the platinum trophy. As we can see here, it took me a little bit over a week of playing on and off to get that platinum. So you're going to get nearly half of your trophies by simply completing the game. So complete the 16 chapters plus the epilogue, and you'll get a big chunk of your trophies. Like I said, that's about half of your trophies right there. Then you're going to have some collectibles, and also the story isn't particularly long. It's like maybe 8 to 10 hours. It's not super, super long, especially if you were to be like following a guide along the way so that you could figure out the puzzles and stuff that way. That would probably make it even easier. So along with that, you do have to find all of the collectibles in the game. There are like 13 flowers, there are 20-something curiosities, and maybe another 10 to 15 gifts. So there are quite a few collectibles in the game that you will have to find, but they're pretty easy if you follow a guide. I was looking at PowerPix's guide for pretty much everything in this game, at least collectible-wise. He's got a good breakdown of all the collectibles in each chapter. Then you have to fully upgrade your sling and your equipment. You don't have to fully upgrade the alchemy set. So for these two trophies, it is possible to get them both fully upgraded in a single playthrough, but it's kind of tough. You're going to be running pretty low on materials, or you're going to be cutting it pretty close on the amount of materials that you need to do that. So what a lot of the guides will typically say is just sort of focus, make sure that you get one of these two fully upgraded by the time you finish your playthrough. And then if the other one is not fully upgraded, if you couldn't collect enough materials, then you're just going to want to go back to Chapter 9. So start from Chapter 9 through Chapter Select and focus purely on upgrading the other item. You have to make sure you don't use too many materials on your ammunition. Some materials are pretty common, but things like leather and fabric are pretty rare, or at least uncommon by this game standards. So don't really craft any ammo that requires those unless you need that crafted item to move forward or to get a lot more equipment. Then you have to craft a total of 100 ammunition. This one should come naturally because there are much cheaper forms of ammo that you're going to be crafting many times. You have to enter the 5 alchemist carts. It's another type of collectible, but they give you a bunch of materials for doing so. And then we get to our miscellaneous mission-specific trophies. So this is in the very first mission as soon as you get to the Darun estate. This is in the second mission. You have to go find a tree before you start getting chased by the angry mob. This is in that sort of vineyard area of the 4th chapter. You have to sneak up behind Hugo. This is in the 5th chapter. You have to save a soldier by lighting a torch that's next to him. This is in like chapter maybe 7 or so. I don't fully remember. It's a little bit later on. It's when you first get to the castle. It's just a secret area. Then this is around either chapter 9 or 10. This one requires you to go through the main door, which requires you to kill 2 of the big shield guys. Then you have to save the dying people during, I believe this is mission 12. Then you have to stay with the captain. This is during the chapter where you play as Hugo. It's chapter 14, and this is considered to be the most difficult trophy in the game. It's not that hard. It took me a couple of tries to get, but it wasn't really anything too terribly difficult. And then finally you have a miscellaneous trophy for the final mission. It's another just secret location that you can find during the final mission. So overall, pretty easy platinum trophy, not too time consuming, and definitely a pretty solid game. Definitely one of the better like indie type titles that I've played in a while. So we're going to go ahead and sync up our trophies here. Level 789, 88%, 23,810 total trophies, 634 platinums, 3,999 golds, 6,325 silvers, 12,852 bronzes. So I'll be right back with the auto-popped PS5 version.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, that looks a lot better. At last, should come in handy. This should make things a little easier. I have a feeling this will be very useful very soon. Not bad. Not bad at all. Voila, exactly what I needed. Well, that looks a lot...
Alright guys, I am back for Platinum Trophy number 635. You guys already saw it unlock. This thing was a pain in the butt to get to auto-pop correctly, so there was a lot of just weird stuff happening. I had to look at several different solutions, but thankfully I found one on PSN Profiles. So what you're going to need to do is, on the PS4 version, you're going to go in and when it shows synchronization error, hit upload on that, so it uploads your save, then replay the final chapter of the game. Now once that's done, you can hit circle to go back out and the synchronization error on your save slot should disappear. So from there, make sure you don't have any save data for the PS5 version, and as long as you don't have any save data for the PS5 version, load into it. You'll get the synchronization issue again on the selection screen for your save file. There you hit download and start up the final chapter of the game, and that should auto-pop most of your trophies. Now, a few people have managed to get every trophy to auto-pop, but most people have at least one trophy that doesn't, and it appears that there are only really 3 trophies that ever don't auto-pop. So, of course, the trophy list is completely identical to the PS4 version. You have to complete the game, which is 17 chapters. You have to find all of the collectibles. You have to fully upgrade both equipment items, both the equipment and the sling. So for these, the sling trophy auto-popped, but the equipment trophy did not. So for whatever reason, that happened. But thankfully, I didn't even realize this, and it probably would have saved me a good hour of playing on the PS4 version had I known, or a couple hours of playing. Apparently this game has like a item duplication, not even really duplication, but just a glitch that can allow you to fully upgrade everything pretty much from the start of chapter 10, so you wouldn't even have to do a second playthrough at all, or any part of a second playthrough to get everything fully upgraded. It's a rather complicated method, so I recommend looking up a video to do it, but had I known that, I would have been able to save quite a bit of time on the PS4 version, and it allowed me to knock this trophy out within just a couple extra minutes. Other people have said that this trophy does not auto-pop for some reason, so if this one doesn't, there are ways to farm it as well, but thankfully it did unlock for me, so that was good. And otherwise, like I said, the trophy list is identical. I don't mind auto-popping this because at least this was actually, you know, a pretty good game, unlike a lot of the stuff I've been playing more recently. And honestly, went through quite a bit of effort just to get the auto-popping to work. So it was definitely, I don't know, it's just weird. I think that they even said at one point it wasn't supposed to auto-pop at all, but I mean, I was able to make it work after a while. So with that, level 790, 35%, 23,846 total trophies, 635 platinums, 4,003 golds, 6,334 silvers, 12,874 bronzes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. And I will see you guys back here for the next video.